evening, good 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 evening, everybody. So glad you're here. All the people in the front and the people in the rear. Oh shit. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing, Stephanie? How you doing? Blessing, blessing, blessing. How you doing? How everybody doing on this marvelous Monday evening? How everybody doing? How everybody doing? What's up? What's up, Doe Glaze? Detroit in the building. How you doing? 21. Sonny, man. You everywhere, man. You everywhere. Hey, listen, folks. How you doing? Good evening, Walter Lee. Good evening, Vinny. Salute, man. Salute and blessing. Hey, folks, listen. Today, what I'm talking about briefly, I'm gonna talk about briefly. The real reason my biological brother hate me. Preston Lawrence, what's up, man? How you doing, man? Blaze, who's Blaze? Preston Lawrence, who's Blaze? Who is Blaze? Edward William, how you doing, man? What I'm gonna do is talk about the real reason my brother hate me. Right now, anybody got any brother or sister, y'all grow up together, you can have that love-hate relationship. And that's what me and my brother did. We have a love-hate relationship. You grew up together. Right now is, guess what? My brother was probably the first fight I ever had. My brother was like, when we grew up as kids, guess what? We done shared the same drawers, watch. The same, we done, right now, he don't wear my drawers, I don't wear his drawers. He don't wear my clothes, I don't wear his clothes. He don't wear my jewelry, I don't wear his jewelry. But the difference right now is we always battle. Always remember right now, I wanted to comment on the Outpost thing. You had the street wrong. He got shot on 155th and crashed on 147. Hey, Tony, you know what, like I said right now, I wasn't there. Right now was for my information or my misinformation. I apologize for that. I try to glit to it as close as possible. I made a boo-boo. But the difference is, listen to the message. Despite I might have the street wrong, but the difference that geographical area was right. And the difference it did happen. But what the difference is, what we have to do is, how do we prevent stuff like that from happening? Why do we, you got a lot of people joyful over a man or woman death, of somebody's demise. We so busy hating people for the wrong reason. Hood Media TV, what's good, what's good, what's good? But as I was saying right now, with me and my brother, or anybody got brothers and sisters, y'all battle. Y'all battle. The difference is y'all can battle, but nobody else can battle with them. And we got this love-hate relationship because he 11 months older than me. He 11 months older than me. So being that he's 11 months older than me, a lot of times right now is, when you're older than somebody, you want to be the leader. You want to be number one. That's not always the case, especially depend upon the personality. All of us have different personality. And, to me, like right now is, I was the more affectionate one. I was the one in our household that tell everybody, I love you. I was the first one to tell my mother, my sister, my brother, I love you. I was the more affectionate one. They wasn't. I remember I used to tell my mother, Mom, I love you. My mother wouldn't say nothing. I said, Mom, I love you. My mother wouldn't say nothing. I said, Mom, I love you. She still wouldn't say anything. I said, Mom, I love you. Say, boy, I love you too. Now shut up. Hey, John, in order to get the book, email me, Brian, Brian, Gibbs, Gibbs, 1201 at yahoo.com. Email me to get your signed copy of the Brian Glaze Gibbs book. But once again, like I was saying, like I'll tell my mother, I tell my brother, I tell my sister how much I love them because I love them. And right now, it's nothing in the world that I wouldn't do for my family, especially, for my family. Those are the only people you know. You know them from the beginning of time, during the good time, during the bad time, during the happy time, during the sad time. Those are the people that you know. You grew up in a household together, and you're gonna have your battles. You're gonna have your differences. It's like right now we used to get in fights and argument over washing the dishes. Cause right now we used to have chores. So when we have chores and it's my time to wash the dishes, and the difference is right now you can be washing and cleaning and got everything clean and scrubbing the pot from what your mother cooked. Something got stuck to the pan or something got stuck to the pot, and you using no Brillos, no SOS pans, and you scrubbing, and you clean up everything. And then right now is once you done clean, they want to come with dirty dishes. So yo, man, hold on, wait a minute, don't do that to me. I just got finished cleaning. Why are you doing that? If I clean and it's my time to clean, you go ahead. You set it up. You go ahead and clean up the dishes behind that. And that's the difference. And that's what we used to get into nonsense, man. BS. Or the fact that right now, seeing if I got my favorite pair of shoes. I got my favorite pair of shoes and he wear it. My Pumas, my Adidas. Bro, hold on, wait a minute. I don't mind you wearing my stuff, but take care of them. The difference is right now is, guess what? My foot might be a little narrow. Your foot might be a little wide. So the difference is you don't stretch out my shoes. Or you don't stretch out my sneakers. Or you don't scrape up my British Walkers. Here it is, we don't wear the same damn drawers. So the difference is when you got a family member get on a platform, oh, you was wearing my jewelry. What about my jewelry you was wearing? You don't look out for me, I don't look out for you. So the difference is why are we taking issues and bringing it on social media? Why? Because a lot of things go deep into the original surface. Right now is, listen, the first time I ever got in trouble from a violent act, from a violent act was because of my brother. And you know what? Here it is, things happen. Please, Gage, that was wild between you and Kool-Aid, especially the jewelry story. You know what? But the difference is anybody know me that really, really know me, they know me. Family, love-hate relationship. I got brothers. Hey, but the difference is right now, folks, the real reason my brother hate me is because a lot of things go deep in the original surface. And sometimes always remember the message. You can tell people things. You can say things to people. But you got to watch how you do it. You have to watch how you do it. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. Right now, I can say, F you. And you know what? I won't take it the wrong way. But then I can say, F you. Whoa, wait a minute here. Where is all that energy coming from? Where all that energy is coming from? F you. Come on. So it's a difference when somebody go F you, then somebody going F you. So right now, if somebody go F you, guess what? You're going to deal with that and you're going to handle that totally different than somebody go F you. When somebody go F you, then you're going to bring and match that energy. And sometimes when you match that energy, it's going to go all wrong. And a lot of times, sometime with your older sibling, whether they older you by 11 months, 11 years, no, 11 decades, it doesn't matter. Respect is respect. So to me being a little brother and him being a big brother, a lot of times when we used to go at it, he felt he always should be right. And that was not the case. He was not always right. My family, my brother, my sister, my mother, my aunties, my uncles, my dad, I will lay down my life for them because I love them, because I love them. They've been with me since the beginning of time. But when you got an individual feeling they can talk to you any type of way they want to talk to you, they can treat you any type of way they want to treat you, they can be disrespectful and you're supposed to accept that. No, that is not the case. That is not the case at all. If I love you and I give you my heart, I give you everything, I would die for you, and you don't give me that same energy, guess what? It's going to be a problem. And that's what happened with us. A lot of stuff with me and him go deeper than the original surface. And right now, I got a piece that I'm about to upload on the Brian Glaze Gibbs Patreon page. So right now, if you want to know the real deal of why my brother really hate me, subscribe to the Brian Glaze Gibbs Patreon page. And right now that piece is so self-explanatory. That piece go deeper than the original surface. He older. He need to get over the past. If he doesn't want a relationship, then okay, just leave it alone. But Dragon family, you're right. Walter Lee, you're right. I appreciate your energy. I appreciate your comment. Nah, man, it can never be a problem with the brother. Man, come on over. You know what? It is. It is. We got this love-hate relationship. We got this love-hate relationship. When it's good, it's good. But when it's bad, it's bad. Because once again, we only 11 months apart. And right now, he got his own personality. I got my own personality. And when we go at it, we go at it. And you know what? Me and him been down this road several times. We've been down this road. Greg Walter, what do family say about you and our relationship? You know what? Honestly speaking, for the most part, based upon a behavior. Right now, everybody look at me because of my past, and when they look at me, they see who I am and what I am and what I'm doing. And the difference is right now is when you're around people, when you got an individual inviting, your family member, your family member, your older family member, your mother's sisters. When you got a person like that inviting them to their private part, how the heck you can fit your mouth to invite your family member, your mother's sisters to your private part? What part of the game is that? I don't care who and what you are. It's a level of respect, and you never stoop that low. How can you stoop that low by inviting your mother's sister to your private part? Come on. I don't care what anybody say. Listen, respect is respect. Honor thy mother and thy father. You know what I'm saying? Respect. Respect is everything. I don't care because you having a bad day. I don't care if you having a bad week, a bad month, a bad year. I don't care if you got financial problem. You don't take that out on people that you love and care about. Okay? It's not their fault. We are human beings, our worst enemy. We are our own worst enemy. And we have to understand we are our own worst enemy. Because you having a bad day, you having a bad week, you having a bad month, you having a bad moment. You don't take your frustration out on them. You don't invite none of your family member to your private part. Come on, man. Where we come from and how we came up, you invite a family member, your moms, you know what I'm saying, your aunts, your sister, your daughters to your private part. Where I come from, that's the death penalty. You don't do that. I don't care. I understand that we can be going through things. We can be traumatized. We can have anger issue, anger management issue. You do not take it out on them. You check that nonsense. You check that BS to the highest level. You don't get caught up into that nonsense. You don't take your frustration out on them. You don't take your bad luck out on them. You don't take whatever you're going through out on the people that's supposed to love and care about. So right now is no. With me and him, a lot of things go deeper than the original surface. It go deep. This is not the first time that me and him went head to head. It's not the first time. But guess what? It will be the last time. It will be the last time. Why would be the last time? Because once again, if you keep allowing people to snake you, to stab you in the back over and over again, and because they say you're sorry, because that's your blood, you forgive them. You can forgive them once. You can forgive them twice. But in baseball, 3 strikes you out. I'm not going to let this individual continue to come around me or be in my company and stab me in my back. Because eventually what's going to happen? He's going to cut my head off. I can't set myself up for that. It doesn't matter. I love my brother with all my heart. I don't care what he's doing at this present time. I don't wish no harm on him. Nobody can't do nothing to him. But in the same token, what I decide to do, I'm going to keep my distance. Why I'm going to keep my distance? Because that's what's best for the both of us. The worst person to go against is somebody that don't have nothing to lose. When somebody don't have nothing going on in their life, they don't care. They don't have nothing to lose. So being that they don't have nothing to lose, guess what they're going to do? They're going to come at you for everything from left field. They can speak about all the wrong thing that you did, but they're never going to speak about all the wrong things that they did. I am not perfect. I'm not sitting here acting like I was perfect. I am not perfect. I can admit I am a sick individual. I was, okay? I was. Between the age of 14 to 24, I was a very, very, very sick individual. You know what? And guess what? I went through hell. And I had to get it together. I had to change before it became extremely too late. And that's what I did. I changed. Not because of anybody else, but because of me. Because right now, what caused me to change was pain. Pain caused me to change. Right now, every time I committed a crime and I got arrested and I went to jail, pain. When you're away from your loved one, you suffering. I done missed 15 Thanksgiving, 15 birthday, 15 Christmas, 15 New Year's. And you know what? I got tired of that. Right now is when I was in the last time, I lost the most important person in my life, who was my mother. When I lost her and she died, right now, you talking about a pain that was so painful that right now, only thing I did was cry. Only thing I did was reflect. Only thing I did was like, whoa, how did that happen? My mother told me, listen, I am not going to always be here. Right now, eventually, I'm going to be gone. And right now, when I'm gone, y'all going to need each other. And she was right. And the difference is right now, I needed my brother. But the difference is right now is when you got an individual constantly keep stabbing you, stabbing you, stabbing you, stabbing you, stabbing you, stabbing you, stabbing you in your back. Come on. I am not the late Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. I can't continue to turn my cheek. You know what I'm saying? I can't continue to like I'm the Matrix, avoid the move, avoid the stab. No, you can't do that. And the difference is right now is once I know in his heart and his mind and his spirit that he didn't mean me no good, I had to do this. I had to do like Michael Jackson say, just leave me alone. Leave me alone. Just stop dogging me around. Because once again, when you constantly keep giving people the opportunity, when you constantly keep letting poison into your home, when you can't constantly keep letting negativity into your space, eventually it's going to consume you. It's going to destroy you. It's going to demolish you. I can't do that. I cannot do that. I refuse to do that. I love him, but I got to love him from a distance. I have to. I have no other choice under any circumstance. And like I told you right now, I did some things that I'm not proud of. I did some things to my brother to traumatize him. To traumatize him. I did some things, and I apologize for that. And with that being said or whatever, that's all I can do. But the difference is, how many times can you say sorry? How many times can you ask somebody to forgive you? How many times? You only can do it but so many different times. And right now is when you get together and you say, why you keep doing that? Oh, I'm sorry because I was so upset with you. You know, but bro, here it is. It's so many different things that I can use against you that I can expose, but I don't do that. I won't do that no more. But every time you get upset, you allow your emotion to supersede your intellect. When you allow your emotion to supersede your intellect, guess what's going to happen? You're going to lose each and every time. Temper is what gets us into trouble. Pride is what keeps us there. So listen, anybody want to know how deep this story go? Subscribe to the Brian Glaze Gibbs Patreon page. I got a piece that I'm about to drop that gonna go knee deep into exactly what took place, why it took place, how it took place. Am I proud of it? No. Brian Glaze Gibbs, the only way you can truly change is through the power of Jesus Christ. You're right. A couple people he put on camera ain't even with the hate and be. And you know what? Like I told you, you can do anything that you want to do. Like he say, he talk everything about me. He say that, oh, that was my jury. Man, my jury, your jury, our jury. We share the same drawers. Right now is once it come out guess what? Once something come out the washing machine, first come, first serve. Right now, how many times right now my jewelry you have on? How many times my clothes you have on? I just get mad at you because right now I'm buying all the sneakers and the Pumas, the Adidas, the British Walkers, the Playboys, and then right now I got my feet is slimmer than yours. Your foot is wider than mine. How many times you don't stretch my stuff out? You bigger than me. How many times you don't stretch out my sweaters, my suede front? But guess what? That's what we do as brothers. But yet and still, regardless of what, how do we get to the point that we are? And right now, guess what? Everything that I have done to you, I have apologized. You say you forgive me, but if you forgave me, why you keep trying to stab me in the back over and over and over and over again? Come on, folks. That's not right. But the difference is what I did was back in June, you sent out a message. You send a message out to me and my sister. What you say? You say exactly like this. These are your words. Hey, listen, whatever y'all did to me, I forgive you. And whatever I did to y'all guys, hopefully y'all forgive me. The Lord, the Jesus Christ, put this on my heart. You know what? And what happened? What happened? What happened? That was June. What happened? Next thing you know, you come up with these little videos. You saying this, everybody know I made a deal. Right now, everybody in New York, it was in the newspaper. It's in my book. Everybody know I made a deal. Yet and still, you want to come out with documents. You got hundreds of pages of documents. That was from my manuscript. But you try to act like, look what he did. No, that was from my Beyond Lucky book. You know that. But yet and still, you want to talk about me. What about you? Okay? Let he or she who are not sin cast the first stone. I did 15 years. I wasted 15 years out of my life pretending to be something I wasn't. Wanted to be this tough guy. Wanted to be this killer. Wanted to be this and that. I was fronting the same way you was fronting. You talking about, guess what? I couldn't wait 60 days when they picked me up to make a deal. You right. Here it is. You wasn't even charged. They didn't even have handcuff on you. The same place they picked me up from being on the run, you drove up there. You got into what? Suburban. And you drove from South Carolina to New York, I-95 North. You call me. I don't know what to do. Right now, I said, bro, you don't have to go. Turn around. Head in I-95 South. Go to the border. Go to Mexico. You can change your name to El Chobito. Guess what? No, you kept driving. And you went up and met with the Eastern District of New York. You met with the New York State, District Attorney Office. And you sat down. That's why you was not part of the Darrell Tyler indictment. But yet and still, you want to get up here and say, like, you innocent. Like, I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't do this. I didn't do that. You, just like you know my secret, I know your secret. Your secret is not safe with me. Come on, man. Who are we pretending? Folks, listen, if you want the real deal, or why my brother hate me so much, subscribe to the Brian Glaze Gibbs Patreon page. Hey, right now is, if you want more, order your signed copy of the Beyond Lucky, the Brian Glaze Gibbs story by email me, Brian, Brian, Gibbs, Gibbs, 1201 at yahoo.com. You know what? Guess what? Here it is. Everything is right there. Everything is right there. On that Patreon page, on that. Right now, you're going to see. Right now, you're going to see exactly why he hate me so much. And right now is, guess what? He say he hate me, but he really don't hate me. Everything with him is about $1. Every cent he lost his business. And how did he lose his business? He had 2 successful sportswear store. 2, not 1, but 2. But what did he do? He's a gambler, and he lost. He lost everything. He lost everything. He lost his business. He, like I say, if you want to know more about why my brother hate me so much, hey, subscribe to the Brian Glaze Gibbs Patreon page, and you're gonna see. You'll see the full deal why he hate. I wish you didn't hate me so much. You remember Bobby Womack? Was it Bobby Womack? I wish you didn't trust me so much. So I'm just gonna steal Bobby Womack's song. I wish you didn't hate me so much. Okay? Come on, folks. It's all about right now to me. I was a sick individual. I did a lot of foul things that I am not proud of. And you know what? I had to come clean. I had to get medical, mental health, and come clean. And you know what? I feel good about myself. You know why? Because I am not still that young, sick, devious, devilish individual. You know, I had to change because I want to be good. I want to be the person that my mother raised me to be. I wanted to be that person that my auntie raised me to be. I wanted to be the person that my father, you know what I'm saying, Spanish man, raised me to be. When you know better, you do better. When you know better, you do better. And trust me, I have changed. You know what? I've been out. Next July will be 25 years that I've been out. I've been out. And you know what? I'm a law-abiding citizen. I work. I'm a taxpayer. And I came a long way. I came a long way. Hating is reverse admiration. And you know what? I got a platform. You know, I used to destroy life. I used to poison my community. But now, guess what I'm doing? How do I subscribe to that page? You know what? It's the Brian Glaze Gibbs Patreon page. It's in my description box. It's in my description box. Go there. Hey, folks, like I say right now, I was the problem. I had a lot of problems, and I had to get help. I take medication each and every day. I'm not ashamed to say that. I take medication each and every day. Even right now, how do a reformed gangster get involved with prominent doctors, prominent businessmen? What do we all have in common? You know what? What we have in common is we trying to save lives. We trying to save lives. How do we save lives? We getting together and letting people know what's out there. We letting people know how to take better care of yourself, how to attack high blood pressure, high cholesterol, high, you know what I'm saying, sugar, high weight, heart attack, massive stroke. Right now is you got natural supplement, Panoxol. You got, right now, I'm joining forces with this group, Care Clicks, okay, to give people that cannot afford decent health care. Give them an opportunity to provide decent health care to themselves, to their wife, to their kids, to their grandkids. That's what this is all about. No, sir, I do not smoke weed. I do not smoke weed. And that's what it's all about. How do we get back? How do we take a negative and turn it to positive? How do we get the help and healing that we need? How do we teach people how to develop working habit, work ethic, the importance of punching the clock, the importance about being smart with our dollar, opposed to when we get paid, we got to go get the latest Nikes. We got to go get the latest, Red Bottom. We got to get the latest Louis Vuitton, Gucci. Man, that's materialistic things. Build towards the future. Build towards generational wealth. Those are things that we need to do. Surround ourselves about positive people. Positive people that's going to help us to get to the next level. Later for that crab in the barrel mentality. Keep pulling each other down. You know what we got to do? Pull each other out of that barrel. Use your claw. Pull a person out. Pull them out. Pull them out. Hey, folks, listen. Thank y'all for joining me. Thank you for joining me. Like I say right now, hey, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the Brian Glaze Gibbs YouTube channel. I got a lot of different content on there. Even right now is you got the hip hop cop, Derek Parker. He was doing a piece of interview in regards to the late Alpo, his death, and he made mention of me. Like I say, I don't have to toot my own horn. I don't have to say anything about me. What for? I don't gotta pretend with nobody. Anybody that know me, know who I am, what I am, Google. Google Brian Glaze Gibbs and see what you come up with. Like I say, that individual I am not proud of. Between the age of 14 and 24, I am not proud of that sick individual. That sick individual took 15 years out of my life that I cannot get back. That's why during this time of the year, during Thanksgiving, doing my birthday, doing Christmas, doing New Year's. Right now, that word, depression, tapped me on my shoulder to let me know that they back, to let me know, hey, we back. And I'm so used to, guess what? Being incarcerated, being down, being depressed, not around my loved one, not around my family during the holidays. Hey, George, make an experience. Brian, release your brother and receive God. Receiving is okay. Hey, anybody, man, the George Make an Experience, man. Check out his platform, the George Make an Experience. The_ninth power. Peace, bro. Peace, bro. Hey, but like I said right now, folks, right now, to me, I love me. I love me. I love me. I love who I am today. I hated that selfish individual that stole 15 years out of my life. But the bottom line is in life, without no test, there's no testimony. Without no test, there's no testimony. When I listen to people want to criticize me, want to disrespect me, want to call me names, man, listen, sticks and stone may break my bones. Sticks and stone may break my bones, but words would never hurt me. Words would never hurt me. That's why you love hater. You love hater. Right now, I'm so inspired. What my man say, I'm so ambitious. You know what I'm saying? What Jay-Z say, I'm so ambitious. But the difference is right now, listen, folks, I'm not Santa Claus. I'm not going to put no grown man on my lap. Right now, we all have to fend for ourselves. We all have to get out there and make a decent livelihood. We all have to help. You can help yourself. Stop thinking you better than what you are. If I have to go out there and go from garbage can to garbage can and collecting aluminum cans, you know what? And getting 5 cents a can, guess what? That's what I'm going to have to do. But when you start thinking you better than what you are, you already lost. When you feel you can't get on your hands and knees and scrub a floor, when you feel right now is you can't go clean an office or go clean a building or go clean a bathroom, you already set yourself up to fail. We can be our own worst enemy. Anytime you think you better than what you are, or you think you too good to do certain things, you're going to lose. You're going to lose big time. You're going to lose big time. Hey, you know what? You're right, Blacko. I don't have that. You're right. But the difference is right now, listen, look at this right now. I got 186 people up, only 63 likes. Why is that? I got 186 people listen to the words that come out of my mouth. 188 listen to the words that come out of my mouth. But 191, but only 70 likes. Why is that? So the difference is right now, why people are ashamed or afraid to hit the like button. Why people are ashamed, or are afraid to support. Why people are ashamed, but they're going to listen to the words that come out your mouth, but they're not going to hit that support button. They're not going to hit that like button. They're not going to hit that subscribe button. Why? 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 But we listening. We listening. But yet and still, we're not going to support. But the difference is right now, folks, listen, man. If life was perfect, if life was easy, life would not be worth living. Life would not be worth living. It's all about right now, how do we join forces together? Right now, like I say, I got prominent doctors. I got Dr. Ronnie, who friends with Oprah Winfrey, Steve Harvey, and the friends of the celebrity, Dr. the celebrity. Right now is, guess what? Yet and still, she's willing. Why? This good woman want to join forces with Brian Glaze Gibbs. Why am I part of the Producer family? Because it's not about my past. My past is my past. Without no past, you won't have no future. So right now is these people are joining forces to allow me to be a part of them because once again, they believe in what I'm doing. They see the change. They know the change. They know I'm not that sick young individual that I once was. I was once the problem. Now what I'm seeking to do, how do I, Brian Glaze Gibbs, be part of the solution? How do I help? How do I use my life experience to save lives? How do I share my message to get people to understand that crime doesn't pay, that there's no shortcut in life? Only thing come fast is trouble. Easy to get into, but hard to get out. That's the only thing come fast. Trouble. Easy to get into, but hard to get out. And those are things that we have to understand. It's not too late. It's never too late. I was a lost, sick individual. I was a lost, sick soul. But look at me now. It's only because of the grace of His God and His mercy. That's it. It's not me. Right now, I done been shot at numerous of times. I done had contract hit on my life numerous of times. Right now, but look at me now. Why am I free? Why am I alive? I done been shot at. Bow, 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 bow. God must be new. If a bullet would have hit me in my finger, if a bullet would have hit me in my leg, I would have died. Why did He spare me? Why me? Why did He spare little old me? Because once again, the three most important days of our life is the day that we're born, the day that we figure out why, and the day that we die. That's why we have to make the best of it. We have to make the best of it, folks. Keep this in mind. No prayer, no power. Less prayer, less power. More prayer, more power. Much prayer, much power. Just in case you didn't hear me. No prayer, no power. Less prayer, less power. More prayer, more power. Much prayer, much power. I stay pray up. I stay pray up because I know what God had delivered me from. He took a sinner like me, a lost, sick individual, and He turned my whole life around. I love that song, Marvin Sapp, when he say, He saw the best in me. When everyone else they only saw the worst in me, but He saw the best in me. He knew my purpose. My purpose for being here, to share my experience, to get it out there. I got a platform, 50,000 subscribers, and it's growing each and every day. It's growing each and every day. I don't try to candy coat nothing. I don't try to get in here and try to front. I don't use no fancy words. People, as y'all speak, I barely can say singulars and plurals. Everybody like to tease me. He don't put an S in the back of his words. Right now, when I was coming up, guess what? I had a speech problem. I had a major speech problem. But that didn't silence me. That didn't handicap me. That didn't keep me down. Come on. The bottom line is we can be our hardest critic and we can be our worst enemy. And that's the stuff that we got to stop. We have to stop that nonsense. We have to start believing ourselves. We have to know that we can do all things through Christ which strengthens us. If God be for me, who can be against me? We are our own worst enemy. And we got to stop that. And like I say right now is if you want to know more about why my biological brother, my mother's son, hate me so much. I wish he didn't hate me so much. If you want to know, subscribe to the Brian Glaze Gibbs Patreon page. It's there. Right now, if you want to take it a step further, get your signed copy of the Beyond Lucky book by Brian Glaze Gibbs. by emailing me, Brian, Brian Gibbs, Gibbs 1201 at yahoo.com. Get your signed copy. It's self-explanatory. And it will tell you, it'll go in depth, and you'll see my book been out 6 years. Nobody was attacking me. 6 years. 6 years. And all of a sudden now, oh, I want to be like you. He want to be me. He want to be me. He want to be me. Why would I want to be overweight with breasts? I don't get it. I don't understand. The bottom line is right now, it's hard being you. Why in the heck you want to be like somebody else? Come on. Come on. Hey, listen, folks. Thank you very much for joining me. Y'all folks have yourself a marvelous Monday evening. And always remember, man, like I say, it's never too late to change. It's never too late to get help. It's never too late to look yourself in the mirror, look yourself in the eye, and admit and hold yourself accountable when you went wrong. A lot of times we don't do that. We don't do that. We don't want to hold ourselves accountable. We don't like when people tell us we're wrong. If you're wrong, you're wrong. There's nothing wrong with that. That's why they put a eraser in the back of a pencil, because we as human beings going to make mistakes. We're going to continue to make mistakes. And guess what? At times, we're going to act like a kid. I don't care how low you get. Like I try to tell people, I am 90 years old. But guess what? When you look good, you feel good, you do good. When you done been through hell and back, when you done hit rock bottom, it's nothing to go but up. Only way you're going to go down if you just totally give up. And you know what? I got a lot. I got a lot. I got a lot to give. I got a lot left in this tank. And what we have to do, and just what you got to sit back and think about it. That's why we got 2 ears and 1 mouth. But the difference is learning how to listen to the positivity. That's what you have to do. If you're around people that got negative energy, every time you're around them, you getting in trouble or something bad has happened, guess what? Stay away from them. Do people add value or take value away? If people do not add value, run away from them. Stay away from them. If people is not trying to uplift you, encourage you, empower you, enlighten you, stay away from them. Run. Run as far as you can. You run away from those sick individuals. You run away from those losers or whatever. Because they don't mean you no good. And just like I said right now, listen, folks, if you want to know more about why Brian Glaze Gibbs' brother hate him, guess what? Subscribe to the Brian Glaze Gibbs Patreon page, and you'll see it for yourself. Right now, I am not the smartest person in the world, and I'm not the dumbest person in the world. When I used to go to school, guess what? 2 + 2 = 4. I don't know if that formula changed, because I haven't been to school in some time, but the difference is common sense is common sense. And when you look at people attacking you, I got people don't even know me and they want to attack me. Why? I got my brother want to get people to join forces with him to beat up on his little brother. You know what I'm saying? Why they want to beat up on little old me? Why can't they just leave me alone? Leave me alone. Just stop dogging me around. Come on, folks. Like I said right now, yeah, I can admit I was the problem. Now what I'm seeking to do, I'm seeking to be part of the solution. How do we save life? How do we stop these kids from picking up that brick, throwing at that prison wall for absolutely nothing? Crime doesn't pay. I don't care what anybody say. Trouble, easy to get into, hard to get out. Anybody can pull a trigger. Anybody can commit a crime. Anybody can pick up that brick and throw it at that prison wall for absolutely nothing. But what you gonna gain? I sit back and look at me now. I work each and every day, 5 days a week. And what I do is I coach, I counsel, I train, I uplift, I encourage, I empower. Why? Because that is my duty. That is my purpose. That's why I'm here. Like I say, this is my ministry, and I am not your typical minister. Okay? I am not your typical minister. I am not your typical minister. Guess what? When you live the life on the street and you keep throwing that break, eventually what's going to happen is it's going to catch up to you. It's going to bite you on your behind. And you know what? You're not going to have nobody to blame but yourself. And when you get in that jail cell and that door closed, you want to ask yourself this question. Why me? Why me? Peace, love, and prosperity. Hit that like button, subscribe. One love.